Hey, I'm Dr. Josh with Highlands Wellness Sports Injury Clinic, and in this video, I'm going to do a brief demonstration of a Bulgarian split squat, but we're going to add a wrinkle to it. The goal here is to really open the front of the hip that's going to be trailing behind. So we're trying to create some space through the front of the hip here. I often send this home with patients who are struggling with maybe an imbalance in the hip, or they're getting some tension through the quads, or they're noticing that they're getting like a one-sided low back pain. This drill can be awesome to include in a warm-up or in a cool down. Typically what I do with this at the start is 3 sets of 10, and I will frequently substitute it into like a circuit. I don't like to change all of somebody's training when I plug this in. It's just a little bit extra to start creating some motion at the hip. I'm going to show you the unweighted version, the couple of little wrinkles I make to it so that we can really create that opening and that space at the hip. And then I'm going to show you how I would start to load this for someone specifically who's getting some low back pain and how we'd start to build that up. So at the beginning, it's not a bad idea to have something nearby for balance, because if your balance is the reason that you're messing this exercise up, that's so easy to fix, especially at the start. Balance will come with time. But most people, when they see or hear Bulgarian split squat, it looks something like this. Maybe they got a weight on their back or on their chest, all good. And then you just drop down and then come up. The 3 cues I like to use to really target the front of the hip, it changes the exercise slightly. But first, I want you to get really tall. So that's how we start. You're tall as can be. And then the next is get that front foot forward. So now you're kind of into this already pre-stretched position. And then when we do this one, I want you to try and get this knee to also drive forward. And it's really creating quite a bit of space on this back hip. So 3 sets of 10, we'll do both legs. And that's basically the exercise. And I can really feel that working that hip, in the glute. When it comes time to load this, start light, because it's harder than it looks. But we'll grab ourselves a kettlebell or a dumbbell, and I'm going to hold it in the hand that is opposite the front leg. So I'm going to do my right side again, get my leg out behind me, get nice and tall. I'm nice stretched out here, then drive that knee forward, and then drive up, staying nice and tall. When you add a weight, it is okay if you slightly hinge a tiny bit, that's normal, but overall, we're trying to keep that nice tall position. From that position, there's lots of ways we can progress that, but for the sake of this video, that's enough to get most people started. Whew, that's a hard one, but it's a good one. Let me know if you have any questions. Cheers.